Here's your Storm Track 7 forecast.
Good evening, Eastern Iowa. I'm Storm Track 7 meteorologist Danny Cassidy. As I was talking about yesterday, the same theme for this week continues. We'll have a little bit of everything. Some wildfire smoke moving in from the western United States and Canada. We'll have hot and muggy conditions, as well as on and off chances of showers and storms with all those ingredients for the potential of maybe some stronger storms. But first, let's talk about the wildfire smoke. So the fires, the good news is they're starting to get contained out there in the western portion of the United States, but they still are burning, and a lot of that smoke will continue to rise into the atmosphere, and wherever the mid levels of the atmosphere takes it, it's going to send it. And for us, that is going to return for us during the day tomorrow, and you can see it will be on the thicker side, darker yellows and oranges through the day on Monday and at least through the day on Tuesday, if not longer. Now, there is some good news with this. For one, it'll mostly stay elevated as of now, so we'll see minimal air quality issues. And two, it might cool us down a couple of degrees, so that might be a good thing. It's still going to be muggy no matter what. It's still going to be warm, but it might actually help us out here in eastern Iowa as long as it does stay on the elevated side. Those dew points, though, no matter what, again, this is at the surface, it is going to be muggy. We'll be in the mid to potentially upper 70s at times through Thursday. Friday, we'll still stay on the muggy side in the low 70s, but I think beyond Friday, we'll have a little bit more traditional mugginess in the mid to upper 60s. So, yeah, it is still muggy, but that's what we expect in eastern Iowa, especially during late July into early August. Now, with that high humidity as well as building heat, those peak heat indices will be near triple digits some days. For tomorrow, things have cooled down a little bit due to lingering cloud cover from overnight storms, so that'll help. Still going to be warm, though, in the upper 80s and low 90s. Tuesday will be flirting with triple digits in some areas. Wednesday, and depending on cloud cover and depending on smoke, this could fluctuate, but I think Wednesday, no matter what, will be the hottest day, 100 to maybe up to 105 degree heat indices possible. Thursday, close to 100, and then Friday, and we're continuing to be on that down slope, but still will be on the warmer side. Now, with these, that very strong energy, we have the heat from the clouds, or I should say the heat from the sun, as well as a lot of moisture at the surface. But there's a couple things that are putting a wrench into potential severe weather. One is the lift. We don't have a ton of it at the surface. There's no massive cold front or massive warm front moving through, at least not in the short term. And the wind shear, it's not great. Basically, what wind shear is the change in speed and direction as you go up in the atmosphere. And we don't have a whole lot of that. And so with that being said, the organization of storms, as well as the lift of the storms, isn't great. So that's why the severe risk isn't that great for the next few days. You'll see it's level 1 for tonight, level 1 for tomorrow, and level 1 for Tuesday. But here's the catch. If we do see storms set up, they could very well be strong to possibly severe because of all the energy and moisture it has to work with. It's just the lift in the wind shear, and wind shear keeps storms alive. It's not great, so that's something we'll have to keep in mind. Now, beyond Tuesday, Wednesday could be a better chance of severe weather, but again, there's a lot of uncertainty with that as well. But for the next few days, any storm that is able to fire off could have some strength to it. So that's kind of the the bottom line there. So let's step through future track. I think around sunset, we could see some scattered showers and storms on our western edge. And we'll have to watch in central Iowa right now. We're seeing some showers and storms, but we don't have a lot of organization, not a lot of wind shear here in eastern Iowa. So by the time they do get here, we'll see if they stay together or fall apart. I think the best chance, though, will be after sunset. I think we'll have some moisture and a little bit of wind shear fueling these storms. So we'll have a lot better of a chance, and they'll increase in coverage, especially after sunset. This will continue through the overnight hours, and I do think it'll wrap up by Monday morning. So I think our morning commute's actually going to be dry. The question is do we see any redevelopment on the backside? And you're seeing a little bit there in our north central areas, but again, I think the wind shear is going to be low, as well as that lift. So I think by the time it gets here, at least, I think we'll start to fizzle out just because due to all the energy that was sapped out from the stores overnight. But we'll keep an eye on that. After that moves through, again, you notice that we had a level 1 risk. A lot of it's done by the afternoon, and we're dry for Monday evening. I think the best chance is going to be to the east of the Mississippi. So the best chance of any of that stronger storm would probably be during the morning hours. And I think in the afternoon, I think we'll be done for the day, at least for that severe weather chance. So to recap, overall tonight, low temperatures in the upper 60s and low 70s. We're muggy. Some storms could be on the stronger side. Southerly wind around 5 to 15. During the day tomorrow, high temperatures in the low to mid 80s. A little bit more of an isolated chance of storms, and we'll see if we see any redevelopment. Winds around the southwest at 5 to 15. Your city-by-city forecast for Waterloo, Dubuque, Cedar Rapids, and Iowa City. We did have Tuesday dry for the past few days, but again, we have a lot of hot air aloft. But if we see any possible lift with these storms, that could fire off maybe the potential of some storms. We did have a 20% chance there. I think Tuesday, for the most part, though, is going to be dry. Tuesday night into Wednesday, though, is a little bit of a different story. I think we'll see more storms start to regenerate. And then Wednesday evening into Thursday, I think will be the best chance all week. And that's where we could see maybe some stronger storms, but still a few days out. Wednesday, the alert day is there because heat indices could be up to 105 degrees, so that's why that's there. Thursday, lingering shower and storm chances. Friday, we'll see how fast the system moves through, but I think it'll be pretty isolated on Friday and mostly moved out of the area. Then for next weekend, it's still going to be warm, a little bit more seasonal, and I do think dew points are still going to be muggy, but not as muggy as we're seeing this week. Otherwise, as we head through the first week of August, pretty seasonal with highs in the mid-80s.